Okay, yay. I'm gonna try to do it on my phone. So hopefully this will work. I know we have like a massive storm rolling in, which is exciting because we really need it. But hey, happy Monday night. Thank you for hopping on. Just a reminder, have your video on to be entered into Lunch on Me giveaway. I'll do a drawing at the end of this, and one of you will win lunch on me. I'll Venmo you. Just a fun thing we're doing today. Okay, so we have a really exciting guest speaker with us, Joanna. Is it Joanna or Joanne? Joanne. Is that yes? Okay. It's Joanne. Wait, I can't hear you. Hang on.
Okay, it's Joanne, but I
Okay.
answer to just about anything.
Okay, great. So we have Joanne on here, and I am just so inspired by her because she went Emerald in 8 months, you guys. She just went Emerald in March. She's brand new Emerald. She gets to go to Maui this year with her and a guest. She gets to get her Lexus, like so exciting. And I love the fact that she's not only like a mom, a wife, but she's also a grandma. And like, I just think it's so inspiring to see that literally anyone can do this, no matter what walk of life, what stage you're in. You see young people rising quickly, going Emerald. You see people in their 30s and 40s, and you see people who are retirement age. And so I love it so much. She is Marianne Anderson's mom. If you're familiar with Marianne Anderson, if you've got to be. You know who Marianne Anderson is, but I got to meet her. I got to meet Joanne at convention. We ran into her as we were walking to jewel registration, and she's just so much fun. Like, she just has a fun, bubbly, like, love for life. And I'm just really excited for her to share with you guys. I asked her if she would share just her top tips, kind of like her journey of like how she got started. And her top tips of how she went so quickly. Because I know we all want to know that, like, how in the world did you go Emerald in 8 months? And so anyway, Joanne, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on. I will make sure you guys are muted with your cameras on. And Joanne, take it away.
Thank you so much. And you are Joanna, correct? With the A.
Yes.
Joanna. A. Yeah. Where are you guys? Where do you live?
Oh, I'm in Oregon, so out west.
I was trying to picture where you were with the storm coming in, because we're in Florida. We have crazy storms too, but not too crazy yet, but we do need the rain. So anyway, but it is my absolute privilege to share with y'all tonight, to be able to be on this Diamond Hangout. I love it. And oh my goodness. Well, my journey actually began, I have to count it. We've been saying 6 years. I think I'm going on 6.5 years, but 6.5 years ago, I received the dreaded diagnosis. Nobody wants to hear the C word. And I went for a routine yearly, and I prided myself in being healthy, being fit, eating healthy. So when I found out that I had papillary thyroid cancer, I thought I was in a bad dream. This could not be true, could not be my reality. It was. And so, the doctor said, oh, well, the good news is that you have the best kind of cancer. Well, let's be clear. There's no good kind of cancer. And then he said, oh, we're just going to do surgery, take it out, you'll be great. So I hoped, but it was not that way. And the surgeon messed up. He did not get everything. And so 6 months later, I went to Tampa to see a specialist, and he said, there's still thyroid tissue. We got to get it out. So I had 2 thyroid cancer surgeries within 6 months. And my endocrinologist prepared me by saying, when you lose your thyroid, that's like the brain of your body. And so just get ready. You're about to lose your brain, and you're not going to feel good. You're not going to have energy, and you're going to gain weight. And so I said, oh, thank you, doctor, for that great news. But we have meds that will help you. No, thank you. So after surgery, Mary Ann, in God's timing, which is always perfect, had just started on the Plexus products for postpartum. And she was dealing with all the things, depression, weight gain. It was her 5th baby, and it was rough. But these products were making such a difference for her. And so she came to me and she was like, Mom, what have you got to lose? You might as well give it a try. You know, you're paying $50 down at the health food store for a probiotic. How's that working for you? And it wasn't. So I'm going to tell you guys, I mean, I guess you would say I was too dumb to doubt, because you know, it's funny how the tables turn, because in my previous career, I was her boss. Well, not really, because we're independent contractors, but she was one of my directors. Now I tell everybody all the time, she's my boss. And she's like, Mom, no, I'm not. I'm like, yes, you are. And I did everything she told me. I was so desperate, you guys, to feel better. And I would have done anything just about that she told me. And so when she said, take this at this time and this at this time, she started me on the triplex. I did everything she said every day. And I remember within maybe the first week, I'm like, oh, Marian, I'm not feeling it. She kept saying, Mom, you got to hang in there. Well, you guys, that was almost 7 years ago. And I was just telling one of my brand ambassadors this afternoon, you know, sometimes I have a hard time understanding when people tell me, I forgot to take it. I stopped taking it. What are you talking about? I have been taking these products every day, 2 times a day for almost 7 years. And I am so thankful, because what they say about me is that I'm aging backwards, which I hope that's true. And I do have a crazy amount of energy. I have 13 grandkids, and I think I have more energy than they do, than my daughters. We went on vacation and my daughters go take a nap. I don't take a nap. I don't need a nap. But anyway, so at that time, Marianne, of course, wanted me to share because I was having great success. But because I was active in another career, I was a leader in another direct selling MLM company, and there were rules, and I could not. And I was sad because, you know, everybody needs a mascara and a probiotic. I'm not giving anything away here, but isn't that the truth? But anyway, so I waited. And so last summer, do y'all remember when convention was in Nashville? Well, Marianne invited me, and she really was not trying to recruit me. She was taking Sadie, her 14-year-old at the time, 15 now. And I think she thought I'd be like a good adult sitter for her. So when Marianne had to go to her things, well, I loved it. It was a blast. And when Marianne took me into the opening session, and John Maxwell took the stage, I began to cry. Now, there was no way I was going to let Marianne see me. And so I just, oh gosh, I'm having an allergy attack. Oh dear. I did not want her to know. But this is the thing, you guys. In my other career, John Maxwell was a mentor to, I'm just going to say it, the late, great Mary Kay Ash. And she would bring him in. And he was one of my favorite leadership trainers. I still use his training. And so when he took the stage and he began to teach his heart out, and I looked at him, I'm like, he's older than I am. And look at him, he's going strong. And as he began to teach, I mean, again, I wasn't looking for anything. I didn't feel like I was missing anything in my life. I teach Bible study. I have 13 grandkids. I have a wonderful husband. We're super active. I wasn't looking for a career until I heard John Maxwell teach about leadership development. And I missed that from my other career. I missed developing women to be all that God has called them to be. I missed that. And even though I did some of that, you know, with Bible study, it wasn't the same. And so I didn't turn to Mary Ann and, tell her anything. I just kind of took it all in and just prayed that if this is what God wanted for me, that it would be very clear. And so I did ask Mary Ann, it was maybe on the airplane, I can't remember, if she thought I had aged out. And she kind of looked at me like, why are you asking me that? And I said, do you think I've aged out? Could I, because, I'm looking at everybody on the stage. It's like Barbie doll, Barbie doll, Barbie doll walking across the stage, young, cute, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, I just don't know. And of course she said, Mom, no, you haven't aged out. Come on, this will be great. Okay, so that was July, what are we in, 2023. And so I started in July 2023, and I ranked Emerald in March, 8 months later. And again, I was too dumb to doubt. I did everything she told me to do. And I know I really am not prejudiced, but my daughter is an amazing trainer. She's an amazing strategist, and she's an amazing visionary. But she wasn't always there, because when I started, Mia, my 17-year-old granddaughter, her 17-year-old daughter, was doing lacrosse for a scholarship, like working to get a scholarship. And so they had to travel and they were gone. And so Mary Ann would teach me how to do like a pink party, and then she's gone and I couldn't find her, and I didn't. So it was good, because, John Maxwell says we fail forward to success. And believe me, I would fall down. I don't even know if I said the right thing. I probably got the triplex out of order, that weed, seed, and feed. I was probably seed, feed, and weed. I don't know. But, just like in life, in Plexus, in my other career, it's all about your attitude. And I was so excited to embrace something new. I mean, my friends, looked at me like, are you crazy? Why would you come out of retirement? You could be just sitting around, having a great life, playing golf, watching Netflix, eating bonbons. I'm like, y'all just go have fun with that. I do not want to sit soak and sour. That's the last thing. And I pray that God will use me and my husband until the day he takes us home. And I'm just thankful for this Plexus energy, because it's pretty amazing. So 3 tips really quick, I'll tell you. Mary Ann, and I shared this actually when she had me share, when I debuted not debuted, that's what we said in my other business, when we ranked. Debuted. Oh dear. That's kind of a fun word though, right? You could say debut or rank. Anyway, number 1, I believe it's so important to be willing to step out of our comfort zones. It's not like, oh, I stepped out one day, so I'm done, I'm good. You guys, I'm still stepping out, and I could probably be some of y'all's grandmamas, and I'm still stepping out, because that's where growth happens. And I want to continue to grow until God takes me home. I want to grow into the woman that he designed me to be. And he doesn't say, by the way, I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about this. Everything's fine. Retirement's fine. It's overrated, and it's not in the Bible. There is nowhere that Paul or any of the great men were retiring. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but, people looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, no, y'all are the ones. Anyway, so out of your comfort zone. And it was very humbling, you guys, for me to start a new career when I had been at the top in my other career for 25 years. And so much of the training I heard, everything, I'd sit back and I'd go, yeah, I know, I could teach that. And so it was very humbling to start at the bottom. But, God says that he elevates the humble and puts down the proud. And so I realized at the very beginning, I was going to have to be teachable and coachable and willing to learn. And I don't know about you guys, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for leaders that are teachable and coachable. You know, have you ever had someone that's said, well, you know, tell me what to do. You tell them what to do and they don't, or they go MIA. I mean, I have that. I'm like, don't y'all realize who I am? Come on. No, I'm just kidding. But that is so important. And that was huge for me. It was a huge step out of my comfort zone to learn social media. I did not build my other business with social media. We didn't have it. I built one face at a time, one person at a time. And I actually have to tell you, when I started, I had this love, not even love, hate relationship with social media. And I said, I will never do it. I said, it is so narcissistic. And I'll never forget, I started right around the 4th of July. I had taken my kids, Marianne's kids and other grandkids to Peppa Pig. Is that what we did? Yeah. And so when we got back, Marianne's like, come on, Mom, you're going to go live. And so I didn't know what that meant. And so she did it. She put me on there, and I did it. And, you know, I got a lot of likes, of course, because people were like, what in the world are you doing? And I thought, done. That's good. And she said, okay, so now you're going to post. I'm like, what? We just went live. Why would I post? And the journey began. And then she's like, and now you're going to post again. And now you're going to do a story. And I'm just telling you guys, I mean, there was probably a turning point for me. And I know what I want you to know is that I work every avenue. I do live sip and sees. I have one on Friday, then I have one on Saturday. And so I use every venue to connect with people, because this is a business of connections and relationships. And once I realized that social media was a way to connect with people, my whole attitude changed. My whole vision changed, because I didn't see it as this narcissistic comparison kind of thing. I saw it as a great connector. And social media has connected me with people that I haven't seen for 20 years, that I would never have known. And of course, we did something in my old business called warm chatter. And it's when you would like give a sample to someone, or you'd ask someone if you could borrow their face. Well, I take my pink drinks everywhere I go. And I mean, everybody needs energy, right? And everywhere you go, somebody, I don't care how old they are, they're saying, I'm so tired. And so, you know, as soon as I hear that, I pull out, oh, you haven't heard about the pink drink here. And of course, I say it's not a magic pill, because the pink drink is not the energy drink. That's active. But anyway, so I work in person and I work online, and and I'm continually learning to step out of my comfort zone. Marianne just did the boot camp, and boy, I went through it, because, you know, there's a right way and a wrong way, and I'm still trying to learn it. But stepping out of your comfort zone, whatever it is. In fact, I would ask you, what comfort zone are you sitting in? What comfort zone is holding you back from taking that next step? Because you guys, that's freedom. Stepping out of that comfort, because a comfort zone is not freedom, it's jail. It is complete and total jail. And when you say no to that comfort zone and step out, you are going to feel so free and so exhilarated. So that's my number one. Number two, Marianne taught me very early about duplication. And the part that's so great about it is because that's how I became a national sales director. Okay. You have to duplicate and you have to build people. It's not just selling a product. And so in Plexus, I know you can sell welcome packs, you know, wellness bundles all day long. And Marianne's showed me how you could do that and rank up. But it's so much more fun when you're bringing people with you and you're helping them not only get healthy, but have a business and have, you know, choices for their life, because money will never buy happiness, but money buys choices. And I thank God for the choices that I have because of this Plexus career. And so Marianne taught me that, no prejudging. It's you don't have to throw up plexus on everybody. I love the referral program. You guys, in my other business, we had a hostess program, and guess who paid for it? We paid for it. And guess who pays for the referral program in Plexus? Plexus. And so I just had a gal yesterday who we shared with her about the opportunity. She's like, no, not so much. So we went around the back door and we shared, would you be a hostess for Leanne, who was her sponsor? And then Marianne has a great graphic that shows the referral bonuses as a hostess. Because when she invites people to the pink party and they decide they're going to order, then she can either take the cash or she can take the credit. And it's a win-win for everybody. And so I began sharing the referral program as a hostess program for everybody. And then some people, after they get their 3, they're like, wow, I want more. I want to help more women with a career. And so they keep going. But duplication, I believe it's one of the greatest privileges in this business. Why would we keep it to ourselves? And at convention, one of the jewels spoke, and she talked about when we don't share the opportunity, we're just selfish. We're just selfish. It's like if we don't share the products, we're selfish. And if we don't share the opportunity, because both can change lives from the inside out. And then number 3 is just trusting God for the process. I had those days, you guys, well, like, I guess everybody starts this way. And at some point you kind of hit a wall and you're like, oh, where did all the people go? Where are my friends? What happened? And, they're not liking my stuff. It's the same old people. And again, it was another comfort zone to learn how to step out of. But I believe with all my heart, when we work like it all depends on us, and we pray like it all depends on God, He will bless our efforts. We used to always joke about and say, He is not going to bless a parked car. You got to move, and He will bless your activity. And so, I realized that there's something called the law of averages. And we had this in my other business. How many reach outs does it take? How many cold messages does it take? And when you work the law of averages, it's a numbers game. It's a people business, but numbers don't lie. And so, I would say to Marianne, well, okay, I sent out a message. She goes, how many? I have 1, 2. And she'd be like, okay, Mom, the law of averages says that at least 10 to get 1 or 2. And so I learned very quickly to work the law of averages and trust the process. And another thing that I know you guys know and you've heard, it's really not about the points. I mean, yes, it takes points to rank up, but it's not about the points. It's about the people. And when we stay focused on the people, the points are there. Isn't that the truth? And I love that. I love that we have the opportunity to focus on people, helping them with their health goal and helping them with their life goal, changing their life, giving them choices that they might not ever have. So it's pretty simple, you guys. I'm a very simple person, and I learned this principle in my other business. It's called the KISS principle. Keep it simple, sweetie. We used to say keep it simple, stupid, but either way, just keep it simple. And that's what works for me.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. I was laughing half the time. Like you're so fun to listen to. Like you're cracking us all up. And I feel like we could just all listen to you all night. And so thank you so much. Everyone, Joanne did say that she was willing to answer some questions. And so if you have a question, feel free to unmute and ask, put it in the chat. She has a few minutes for Q&A before we wrap it up. I do have a question really quick.
Thank you, Katie. That's really my dream. I would love that opportunity.
Yay. Okay. So when you went Emerald, how many level 1 legs did you have that were building, like that were ranking up?
Okay, that's a really good question, Joanna.
I should have asked you beforehand because that I'm probably putting you on the spot.
I'm trying, I'm trying to remember. I do remember that everybody, all of my leaders, and I think, Marianne's always taught me it's 10. You want 10 runners, 10 leaders, and some may be running for silver, some for senior silver, but everybody was running because I remember I finished Emerald and it was kind of anticlimactic. We couldn't announce it. Well, we decided not to announce it because there were still like 48 hours left. But I remember I had three ranking ruby, and I had so many silvers. I don't know, I think maybe 7, and then a couple ranking senior silver, and then 3 or 4 ranking gold. So that was kind of the combination. The highest they were that I had anyone going for, I had 3 new rubies that ranked that month, and then 2 or 3 new golds, and then silvers and senior silvers.
Wow, that's amazing. And now, did you get those business? Would you say you got the majority of your business builders from doing those pink parties of like offering that hostess rewards, or like do you just like straight up tell them you want them to do the business with you? Like, how did you get those business builders to run with you?
That's such a great question, Joanna. I have to be really honest with you and tell you that I was not leading with the business to Emerald for 2 reasons. One, I think I was a little nervous about it because of my previous career. And even though it's totally fine for me to work another business, I was just nervous about shouting loud and proud on social media. I also think, well, something changed when I ranked Emerald. Something changed. And I was like, okay, here we go. And so I turned a corner and I began leading with the business. And what I want to tell you about that, I think maybe another reason I didn't do it was I had this in my brain that someone, of course, has to start the product first, fall in love with the product before they can share. And so it hadn't computed in my mind how someone could fall in love with the business first until it happened. And so what I did, because Marianne kept pushing me, and she was like, okay, Mom, what about so-and-so? Have you gone to her? Have you gone after her? We know a lot of the same people from years ago, from 20 years ago. And so I did that. And I went to them and I said, I don't know what you are up to, but I want to tell you what I've been up to and what happened in 8 months. And if you ever decided to work this business, I would love to work it with you because you are such an entrepreneur, because you are such a woman of excellence. And so I told her why. And let's see, is it the 15th yet? I signed 3 new business builders. They started for the business. And then one was like, so tell me what I need. Well, I believe everybody in the world needs triplex. I know everybody's not going to start with triplex. In fact, I have to tell you, oh gosh, it's 8:30. I got to stop. But Mary Ann we were doing this pink party or a Zoom or something. And she introduced something besides the triplex. I thought, has she gone contraband? What is happening? She actually was promoting something besides the triplex. And I was so confused and I didn't know how to do that. I have learned, y'all. I know how to. But anyway, see, if I can do this, you can do this. And so it was all part of my belief. It was all part of, the career I was leaving. But now it is the most exhilarating to be able to introduce someone, have her trust you about the business. And of course, she's going to start the triplex because I'm going to tell her she has to or she's going to die. No, I don't say that, but maybe. And so there was a shift, Joanna. There was definitely a shift in my brain. And I will tell you too, Marianne is really big on putting videos out there. And so we're doing something right now where we're having people watch the Jessica Heffley video, and then Marianne has a video she just did on the comp plan, and we're having people watch it and then do a chat with us, tell us what they think, and then boom.
I love, like you're promoting that on like your social media or follow up or whatever, and then they come watch it if they're interested in doing the business with you. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, well, not so much.
People on your team.
I'm going after them personally. No, I'm going after my friends on Facebook. I'm going after friends, and I'm saying, hey, would you watch this? Or I'm going back to VIPs. I'm going back to some of my VIPs and I'm saying, hey, I know you love the products. I would love your opinion of the business opportunity. I don't know if this would be for you, but I'd love your opinion. And so I'm asking lots and lots of people to watch it. I have not actually put it out on social media and said, hey, do you want to watch it? I'm going after people that watch my stories on social media. I'm like, oh, I haven't asked her. Oh, okay. And then I'll reach out to her.
I love that. So good. I mean, it's just like, you're so excited and passionate about that. It's like, I mean, what, you'd be crazy not to join you. And so I love that. So I guess, so your 3 rubies that went ruby the month you went emerald, did they start to do the business because you helped them just start off with like a hostess party, and then that kind of piqued to their interest? Is that kind of how they got started?
Yes. When they got started, like I said, it was just the norm that you're going to go silver, as soon as you start. And so they went silver, and then they're like, well, let's keep going. And we just kept painting that vision. And I remember being on the phone, and I was visiting my other daughter in Virginia, and Marianne said to my girl going ruby, you just need 9 more orders. And the way she said it, it was like, oh, okay. And so we were always pushing for the next rank. But yes, let me think. We didn't do a pink party for her. I think she wanted a Zoom and got some people on a Zoom. And then the first ruby, she's very old school, and she did. And by the way, most of my team are not old school. Most of them are not retired. I was telling this gal today, most of them are in their 40s, give or take. But anyway, and then the other girl was really savvy on social media. And so we did a pink party, and she started doing social media. And then the other one was all about sip and seas. And so we did sip and seas. So it was really different for each one. But the vision of, oh, you only need 2 more. Oh, you only need 3 more. And so it was like very organic, and it just happened. It was just easy.
Yeah, that vision casting of what was possible.
The vision casting.
I love that. So good. Oh, Katie, go ahead. Yeah, Katie has a question.
I just looked up while you were talking, Marianne's compensation plan video. Is that the one that you're talking about? It's like 6 minutes.
Yes.
And
yes.
You are sending that to people like your VIPs, and you're asking them to just your thoughts kind of thing.
Yes, I am. I'm sending that along with the Jessica Heffley, because the way Marianne says it, she's like, Jessica kind of paints the vision and tugs at your heart. And Mary Ann's is kind of the brass tacks, the bones, let me tell you what you're going to make and how. And so those, paired together, we have found to be a really good combo.
The Jessica Heffley video that was shown at convention?
Yes. That one. And it's awesome. 6 minutes. It's 6 minutes. Okay. And I'm showing it to anybody that will watch it. Like, I mean, I've just, again, stepped out of my comfort zone and sent it to some people that maybe they think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Anytime you ask someone for their opinion, who's going to be mad about that? And so that's what I'm doing. I'm saying, I would value your opinion. I don't know if this is ever for you, but I would love your opinion. And I will send those over to you, Joanna, the videos I'm talking about. Or you probably have.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I think on YouTube at least. But thank you. So good. I would actually love to see the graphic you use for your hostess pink parties, if that's something you don't mind sharing. I love that verbiage of like the hostess party for someone who's a little shyer of like the business or getting their products paid for verbiage. So good. Thank you for hopping on, taking time out of your evening to share with us. We all loved hearing from you. We had so many people commenting just how inspiring it was and encouraging, and just I love the vision that you have and that you've casted for us too. So thank you for hopping on.
Thank you for
Really
having me. God bless you guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, you all, we're going to hop into our book study. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop recording this. Let me see.